Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the next episode. I believe this is part 9 of our Pokemon Unbound series. Man, this game has been amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm so glad we've been continuing this one. Pre-recording, of course, because Legends EA, but I've really been enjoying this one, so I definitely didn't want to just drop it. If you missed the previous episode, guys, definitely go check it out. We did a lot of stuff, actually. Not only did we get Lemon, our superior, all the way fully evolved, but we also beat the 4th gym and took down an old couple, which is not something I'd like to say normally, but hey, here we are. We did take on Team Shadow, having turned an old couple into warriors. So definitely a very big episode for us at the moment. After beating Mel here in Fallshore Town, he did ask us to follow him to Epitome Town and gave us the HM for Fly. So what I'm curious about is, A, if we can even use Fly yet, because I feel like, I feel like chances are probably not, but maybe. Okay, so here's my question. This is the quality of life stuff that this game is so good at. Dude, I'm telling you, this game is so good. This game is so good. Quality of life is there. You don't have to learn the move. You just have the move. And I love that so much. All right, so we are heading to Thunderclap Mountain, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we've been there. Got it. Which I believe is this. Nope, wrong. I lied. I'm so wrong. Oh gosh, guys. Oh geez, what are we doing? What are we doing here? All right, we'll find it. It's fine. Well, don't stress. Obviously, guys, it is a very busy time for me at the moment. One thing I did want to kind of mention, I am on and off going to be out of town over the next couple weeks. Now, when this video goes out, I don't know if that travel will be over or not, because quite simply, I don't know when this video is going to be going out. But it will have been, or is, one of those two, a very busy time with some travel. I mentioned in a previous episode, I will be going to a conference. There we go. Let's talk this through first. This is your final warning, Rascal. Move or be moved. Miltank, hit him with a body slam. I forgot the accent, and I love that. Now, I don't want to hurt you, but I got a deep tissue massage later today. And if I'm late because you be holding me up, well, there's gonna be trouble. I love this accent. All right, I reckon y'all got this from here, partner. As for me, I gotta run. Whatever these rascals are up to, they don't want y'all interfering. I love and hate that this is a thing. All right. But yeah, so I mentioned in a previous episode, I do have a conference in Rochester, New York at RIT very shortly. So pretty excited to see Rochester. Never been there before, so that'll be a new opportunity. On top of that, I do have to go to my association's office, which is in a different city as well, for an overnight. We actually hired some new folks, and so I have to go and, meet some new people and all that. I've actually already met all but one of them, which is great. And they've all been phenomenal. So that's really fun. But it'll be a nice opportunity to catch up with the team. I do normally work from home, which is really nice, but it definitely has its downsides, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about today, actually. As I sip my coffee. I recognize, a few years ago, obviously, 2021 era, COVID hit. A lot of people went remote for various reasons, obviously, mostly that. And a lot of people figured out, hey, remote work isn't that bad. As in, the corporate entities realized, hey, it's not the end of the world if we do have people working remote, because they're still doing their work, so it's fine. However, obviously, over the last year or so, people have gotten less sensitive to COVID because we've kind of figured out more about it and all that kind of stuff. But, but on top of that, a lot of corporations and organizations are saying, hey, maybe working from home isn't as good. So a lot of organizations are going back to at least a hybrid workplace where you sort of have to go part-time in the office while part-time not. I'm very fortunate that my work went remote literally like a month before all the COVID stuff happened anyway. And so I kind of got grandfathered in, if that makes sense. And I've been able to maintain the work from home aspect of my life, which I really do appreciate. Something that isn't really talked about well, maybe is, but something really important that is nice about working from home, of course, is the flexibility of it all. Being able to throw a load of laundry in between, waiting on an email or something. Like, it's small stuff. It could very easily be taken way too far, and say like, okay, well, I am just going to do whatever I want, and then I'll come back to work when it's time or whatever. And obviously that's not a healthy balance. That's not good. You shouldn't do that. And I definitely felt like there was a period of time where I was like struggling with that balance a little bit because I was trying to do too much, whether it be for the channel, whether it be at home. There were various reasons. It wasn't just kind of one thing. And that was, I think, at the height of LuckyPorygon as far as the release of content. That was a problem. I needed to kind of rein it back in a little bit, which is part of the reason you get burnt out. That happens. But again, the flexibility of working from home made it very appealing to try and do that. But what I was finding is I wasn't feeling very successful in my job. And when I didn't feel successful in my job, I wasn't feeling successful in other areas of life, just home life, getting things done around the house, even LuckyPorygon, and some of the other things that I just felt like I needed to do. And so, wait, do I not have a Pokemon that can learn Strength? Wait a second. I have to. Do I not have Strength? I don't have Strength, do I? I do have Strength. Wait, hold on. Guys, we're gonna figure it out. No, I don't have Strength. Oh no, where do you get Strength? Oh geez. Oh geez. Get Strength. Okay. Oh, thank goodness that's there. All right. I love the mission log, man. That's so helpful. So balance is hard when you do have too much flexibility. I think that's an important thing to note. And so I, again, took my step back from LuckyPorygon and kind of simplified my life quite a bit, which is really a lot of the reason between that and then, of course, the health issues with my wife and all that. There was a lot to step back from to try and balance out a little bit and get myself back into a place where I was like, okay, I feel good. And then if I want to, I can revisit LuckyPorygon, which I obviously did. And I'm really happy I have, because this has been a really fun opportunity. I'm really excited for, the channel as a whole and just being able to have an outlet for this kind of thing. And again, going back to having a remote job, like being able to say, okay, well, if I get up a little early, I can go ahead and record a video, right? Or if I have a really slow day and I take my hour lunch, which I do get an hour lunch, then great. I can just, oh, I don't have that, dog. Then great, I can get a video done in that time, and then I'll eat my lunch while I'm working. It's that kind of flexibility that's really, really nice. If our daughter gets sick, I'm home like already, so I can just go get her. It's not a problem. Obviously, like, I don't want to, it's hard to balance a sick child and work. That's a little bit of a challenge sometimes, but that's okay. So long story short, the flexibility is great. I've already done this. Where is this guy, dude? I've been fortunate enough that I've been able to maintain the work from home thing. And I think I've realized some of the pitfalls with it, at least for myself, because again, everybody's different. But for myself, I've found that not having like the people interaction every day, maybe not even every day, but just having that people interaction sometimes with somebody other than my wife puts a lot of pressure on my wife, right? Because she's now the one person, sometimes one adult person that I actually see in a day. And that's a little weird because now she's not only my wife, but she's the only adult interaction I get on a like face-to-face basis. And so it's a little bit tricky. Because you definitely don't want to put too much pressure on the other person, because that's not really fair for them. So I have found that like jumping into meetings, by the way, this is our encounter. Oh, sick. It's such a good encounter. All right, timeout. We gotta catch this fella. That's resisted. I'm gonna go for the resisted move. I don't think we kill, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, dude, that's so sick. Had no effects. Love it. You know, Zach told me about the quality of life where you could just pull up the last used Pokeball in the settings menu. And I looked in the settings and I missed it, but that's okay. I still think, I mean, this is fine, obviously. So I've been trying really hard to balance that, have some friend time. I think I mentioned previously a while back, my wife and I, now that she's kind of feeling a lot better, by the way, heck yes, we caught this. We are going to name this Mike for Mike, the VGC player, by the way, who is asking when the next upload was. Now. Anyway, we had gotten to a place where we were both feeling more balanced and more, you know, like ourselves, basically. You know, honestly, I wonder if I should maybe use that L Kid. We'll see. Just to like balance out the team a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna Metal Claw. So because of that balance, we both felt like, hey, we both need some time for like friends, hanging out with people other than just us, and like dealing with all the crazy health stuff and stress stuff that we had to deal with for a while. And so we both made a point of like saying, okay, well, these days I'm going to go out for like an hour, and like my thing is disc golf. And so I like to go play disc golf or record a video or whatever it might be. And like having that balance, guys, has been such a big game changer for me, at least. Because now I feel like, okay, I'm still getting some outside time, or I'm getting something that's just for me. Like even this, to some extent, while I love doing this, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be. Even this is obviously a something in essence for another group of people, because you guys are another group of people, which is great. That's fine. But it's just a little bit different than like going out and doing something for yourself or writing a song, for instance. I definitely do that a lot. And so all of that has been the balance that has been so tricky for so long has kind of come to fruition a little bit in recent weeks and I would say months. And so it's just been really, really nice to finally hit that balance. But, you know, there is pluses and minuses to everything. And unfortunately, the minus to working from home is the simple fact that you don't get that human interaction very often. And so in some ways, I think this is like not a replacement, because it's a terrible replacement if it was anything like that. But it is a little bit helpful to just have this as like okay, I just have to talk for like an hour. And then at the very least, I feel like I'm talking to somebody. I would love to be able to say I'm going to stream and like do that whole thing. I was even hoping to do that with Legends ZA, but unfortunately the timing of it all was just really bad with work and, you know, that kind of thing. And so it is what it is. It's totally fine. Not a big deal. It just didn't work out. Obviously, we still are going to be doing content around it, so that's not really a problem. It just didn't work out that I could do it live with you guys. So maybe in the future, that's something I look into doing, because again, I think that would be a nice little, like, it'd be a helpful outlet. But I feel less in need of that now that I'm doing this, plus a little bit of my own time to kind of do what I'd like to do. And then of course, you know, leaning on my wife a little bit for some of that one-on-one, just like human interaction is really nice. I also have like the music outlet, aside from just writing songs. I mean, specifically like playing drums in my friend's band. Obviously we don't do that all the time. It's a very one-off kind of thing, but it's really fun. And he's somebody that I just like hanging out with and writing music with. He's just great. And so really a lot of, I would just say a lot of really optimistic things are happening in my life right now. And I just kind of want to take a moment to acknowledge that, like, I really appreciate you guys, of course, being here and supporting this part of my life, but then also just everything. The opportunity to play with my friends in a band is really fun. I don't want to do it all the time. I'm really happy with the balance that we have that we've got a 30-minute long set list usually. So like 5 to 6 songs we have to know at a time. It's a nice, not overwhelming amount of songs, like one of the shows that I did. And it's fun. I get to go out and play disc golf from time to time. I do get to go out with, and in this case, like, again, very recently going out and seeing my work buddies and, that kind of thing. It's a very small group. So, but like getting to see people from work every once in a while is also just nice, even though I do work from home. And then balancing that with all the stuff that has to happen at home. Because I'm home, I do get to take care of the dishwasher at lunch or take care of a few loads of laundry. Like, I'm able to do those things, and I appreciate that because I think it's just one less thing for my wife to have to worry about when she gets home from work, and she has to deal with 5-year-olds all day. And so I think the least I can do is a load of laundry. You know what I mean? And then, excuse me, truthfully, when she gets home, she's still a mom. So like, that's really hard. And so it's a helpful thing to be able to balance some of those chores early and then not have quite as much to do in the evening. So we can all just kind of hang out and have some family time. I love that. It's a lot, man. Adulting is a lot, but it's fun. If you find your balance, it's really fun. And I think a lot of people think that their balance is I want as much free time as possible, or I don't want to work, or whatever. And I think very often people find that that's just not correct. I found personally that when I was spending too much time doing what I wanted to do and not what work needed me to do, or not what my wife needed me to do, or whatever, I really found myself less fulfilled in the sense that there are obligations that I have agreed to that I want to uphold. And so I felt like I was failing. And so it's really important, at least in my view, to manage that and obviously not fail to that extent if you can help it. And so just some interesting, like, I don't know, little tidbits of info that I've learned over the years. But lots to digest there, I suppose. But it's just interesting. It's interesting how life works. You think that you want one thing, I think, a lot of the time. And generally speaking, I think that a lot of what people think they want is to just do whatever they feel like they need or they want to do. And I don't always know that that's the case. At least for me, it is not. I like obligation. I like feeling like I'm needed. And I like feeling like I'm doing something that's helpful to other people specifically. And so, yeah, it's just different. I don't know. It's interesting. There's our first Team Shadow person in this entire place. And we are 20 minutes in. All right. Love the Dusk Ball. I also, sidebar, but just kind of an interesting tidbit. I mentioned in, again, a previous episode, I need to sort out all my bulk TCG stuff because I just have boxes of it, literally. So I did get some 4-inch 3-ring binders with some, platinum pages or whatever. And I started the process of getting all that sorted out, which is going to be a long chore, but I got 2 binders to start with, and I'm going to start with the smaller stuff first. So Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are the smaller TCGs that I have. I say smaller as in the amount that I have, not the size of the TCG, literally. Albeit, I guess Magic is probably the biggest. Well, that's a whole different question. Anyway, so I have started getting those things together, which is kind of nice. Just feels good to be organized. And like, again, taking 30 minutes to organize the set or something like that is just helpful. It's one of those little things that makes you feel better. Like, it's like cleaning up your room or your office or whatever. After, a long time of not having done that, it just feels great to have it done. So that's the goal. That's literally the goal. And literally my office is not, well, it's pretty messy at the moment. I've got card sleeves just chilling here. I've got like stuff to sell cards. So like when you package a card for sale on CCG Player, I put it in like a penny sleeve, a top loader, and a team bag to really make sure it's safe and make sure that the person gets the card that they are expecting to get. I think that's really underrated. Is like a lot of people don't always take those precautions, and some do, and that's good, but it's really important in my opinion. So I've got those. I've got semi-rigid cases if I've got more than 2 cards, like all that kind of stuff. It's literally just here. I've got my Switch over there ready for Legends EA because, again, it still hasn't come out. I mean, this is the third episode the third episode that I've pre-recorded for this series to get it as far ahead as possible, which is great. I've got a couple stacks of cards. I've got my little notebook with the things, my checklist, you know, just a little bit of everything sitting up here, which is crazy, but that's fine. My coffee. I need more. I got up. I hate this. So I don't know if it's blood vessels in my nose that are like very thin. I say that runs in my family, not knowing if that's a thing that actually runs in families. So let me just clarify. But my grandfather had that issue, and he had to get them cauterized. So they literally go in and like singe the edges of your veins in your nose so they don't bleed, which is terrible. But mine do bleed not regularly, but regularly enough. And it's really obnoxious because it's just like a random nosebleed. Oh, I'm so stupid. It has levitate. It's really obnoxious because it just happens. Like I can't do anything. It's just gonna bleed. So like I just sit over a sink and wash out my nose until it stops, and it's really annoying. Anyway, at 5:30 this morning, an hour before my alarm was set to go off, I woke up to a nosebleed, which is annoying. It's not the end of the world. It's just purely annoying. And so I was sat there. It was like maybe 10 minutes. It wasn't. Oh, let's not use the fresh water. We need the fresh water for the pie. It was just annoying. But I woke up early, and then I was kind of up. You know what I mean? When you wake up and you're like, okay, there's an hour left on my alarm. I could just get up. I could very easily just get up. And I didn't quite get up that early. I kind of laid back in bed and then went to Instagram and kind of doom scrolled a little bit. I should have read, but I didn't because I'm just being lazy. Anyway, so I just kind of read a little bit, and that was it. But oh geez, here we go. Okay, we got this. Yeah, this isn't actually that hard, is it? So did all that. Did get up a little early, so I did end up waking up just a tad bit early, which was kind of nice because I could get a little extra work done, and that's exactly what I did. I literally just like jumped in on work stuff a little early. Oh fudge, I messed up. That's fine. Oh, what's down here? Oh, hi. What kind of cop-out is that? I don't like that. That's the first thing in this game that I've not liked, is the fact that they copped out with that one. That's kind of funny. Anyway, so yeah, I did get some work done early on my association's website and that kind of thing, which was great. It just meant that I didn't have quite as much to do like this morning after I kind of got up and sorted. So I really feel good about today because I'm just kind of halfway there already. I don't even know why I'm needing to do this. Is there anything here? Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, I got a couple things knocked off the list early today, which feels great. And like, because we're getting ready for a conference, it's a bit of a busy time because we obviously have things we have to get ready and that kind of thing. So one of the things on the list was the programming PowerPoint. So we run everything off of like a master PowerPoint, which is really helpful because it's just one PowerPoint and we just kind of drop everything in and that's it. It's really straightforward. And so I started with a lot of the kind of generic slides that we have to get in there and got those updated based on a previous event that we did, which was easy enough. And so, yeah, it's just kind of a little bit at a time coming together, but it's nice to get a head start on that. Especially because, again, I am going to be traveling to the office just before the event. And so it'll be a little busy beforehand. So yeah, I just figured I'd get a little bit of a head start. And in fact, I am going to cross one thing off my list right now. Love that. I've got a few like LinkedIn posts, things like that I need to create for work. I do web development or web design, but I also do a lot of the like graphic design stuff that we use. And so for me, that means usually I get a prompt for a post from the marketing director, who is awesome. Her name's Jasmine, and she's a sweetheart. But she and I meet every week and jump on and get everything done, and it's just awesome. Very good working relationship. But she usually gives me like, hey, this is kind of what I wanted to say. Can you kind of design me something for this? And I'm like, sold, let's do it. So I actually have a couple images that I need to create for her this week, which I will get done. Because again, I've knocked a couple things off my list already today. I'm feeling productive. I even got the dishwasher done already. I try and do the dishwasher like once a day because with a 2-year-old and, you know, a wife and me, we usually have a good bit in the way of dishes, which is fine. It's a lot sometimes. And so with that, I try and make sure that oh, are you a healer? Well, that would have been nice to know before I used the ether and everything. That's fine. So as soon as I woke up, I was like, I always get my wife, I get coffee started in the morning as soon as I get up. My wife usually goes to the gym beforehand. So like she has been working her butt off for like an hour already. And I wake up at 6:30. So she's up really early, trying to get herself where she needs to be, and she's kicking butt. So while she's getting ready for work, I'll go make coffee. I make her a little protein shake as well, because again, post-workout kind of is a thing for her. So I make that for her. And then I usually just like go and enjoy the coffee or have my breakfast before she comes out and, you know, gets herself a lunch and gets some breakfast too. And so, but today I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and jump on some stuff that I know needs done. And so I jumped on the dishwasher and I got it done. And like, it took 10 minutes, but it's 10 minutes now that I don't have to spend later today doing it, which is great. It's just stuff getting done is a really good feeling, man. And like today I'm feeling productive and I love that. I need more of that sometimes because there are times where I just feel like I'm not doing a thing. I'm like dead to the world today and I just don't feel like doing it. But I don't like that feeling in myself. I don't like the laziness. I don't like the procrastination. And so I'm enjoying the productive days while I have them, and hoping to really capitalize on them. All right. Love it. This is a really cool little mechanic, by the way. Ooh, I have to sneeze. Oh, it's happening. Woo! Sorry, guys. Should have muted, but I didn't. It's a trap, by the way. Little Star Wars reference. Love that. Woo! Man! That was a big one. Woo! My eyes are so watery right now. Hypno. I'll go to party for this. Obviously, this type matchup isn't good, but I can fake out and then knock off. Woo! Goodness, I actually need to do TCG player orders today. Speaking of all the packaging supplies that I seem to have. Oh! You don't get flinched. I forgot about that. I am so not used to normal abilities at all. Just don't even get it. I'm so used to randomized abilities. It's great. Okay, so obviously can't go that way. Interesting. Okay, so I have to get over here. Would love to use another one. Thank you so much. Ooh, no, I can't get over here. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Whew, took me a second. Sorry, guys. Boop. Did it? Does that one even do anything? That might not even do anything. Do I just want to go? I'm a little confused, slightly. Oh, so that just jumps anyway. Yeah, okay, I knew that. All right, so I'm gonna do this. I don't know that that's right. But I imagine there's a way of resetting if I need to. I feel like this one's just supposed to go over here, but I don't know that it can. Right? Because, yeah, that doesn't work. So if I go in here and then come back, does everything reset? Yeah. Okay. So then I don't need any of the other ones. I'll just do this. Okay, cool. That was easy enough. I think part of the confusion is that there's... Nope, that's not what I meant. Butts. That's annoying. Part of the confusion, and it's not even really confusion, I get why they did it, is that there are two buttons on, like one button on either side, if that makes sense. So there's one there that it just jumped from, and then there's another one here that it could also jump from. And I think that's what's slightly confusing, which it shouldn't be, but it just is. Okay. So what's there? That's where I need to get. So I'm just gonna do this. I assume this is where I need to get. Let me be clear. That would make sense. Ooh, okay. Guys, it's making a save, so I just assume this is a big moment. Thunderclap Mountain, here we come. All right, who's first? Let's actually look. It's Thomas, right? I'm gonna throw Party out front. Just for the fake out potential. I'm assuming because it saved the game. Whoa, shaking. I assume because it saved the game, this is something big. We'll see. Good luck getting to the top of the mountain now. Oh, shoot. Let's go. A Woobat. Okay, well, not the best thing for us because Psychic Flying is literally the worst typing for us to have to deal with, but we might outspeed it. That was a crit. Yeah. It's a Woobat. I figured we'd outspeed. Very nice. Very nice. I do like having knockoff on this. It's so helpful. Very good. Should just knock it out, right? Yeah. Easy, easy peasy. Guys, I'm literally, so the day I'm recording this is Wednesday the 15th, which means tonight is going to be Legends Arceus. It's going to be, I don't know why I didn't swap out. It's gonna be Legends ZA territory, man, which means tomorrow morning, early, very early, before work, I'm gonna be recording, and I'm stoked. So stoked. I do have a couple like meetings and stuff like that that I'm gonna have to be working around as far as making sure. We've got a webinar that my association hosts, and so I'm actually the one kind of hosting that webinar, which is great. I love doing it. It's kind of fun. We'll talk about that in a second. I won't be able to edit right away, but again, going back to flexibility, like being able to take 5 minutes to edit a video, which literally the way I have it set up, it might be 5 minutes. Like I really try and optimize for not having to spend forever editing. So I really, really do my best to make that as easy as possible for myself later on. And it works literally like 5 minutes and I can have a video edited. Or at least exporting, you know? So it's edited, exporting, and then I can go about whatever else I need to do. So it just makes it really easy. My hope is that I can get a video recorded before work in the morning. Maybe go ahead and edit depending on how work is going. I don't want to, like, again, trying really hard to be conscious of work and not doing anything that takes away. as far as like time commitment goes and that kind of thing. But go ahead and edit and get it up as quickly as possible. And literally, I'm going to record a video, edit the video, and upload it. And then as soon as it's, gone through everything it needs to go through, I'm releasing it. I'm not waiting till like a 3 o'clock thing or anything like that. That should take me, up until the start of work, and then getting everything kind of ready or through the rest of the morning as far as work goes. We've got that webinar. I'm hosting that from 11 to 12. And then I'm hoping at lunch, I might be able to get another one recorded, which would be amazing. And then I've got the next day's video done, which then just means I can start getting things up, maybe even over the weekend. I would love, this is my goal, is to get I would like for the first week, if I can, to be an everyday thing. That's goals. I'm not saying it's going to happen. You guys will have already known by the time this goes out. So you guys will have seen it, I hope. But that's kind of the intent, which is part of why I'm pre-recording this so much, is so that way I don't have to worry about doing any other content. I can literally just sit down with ZA and enjoy it. And I'm so stoked about that, because this is the first time I'll be playing a game like for the first time with you guys. Does that make sense? Like, that's never happened with this channel before. I know everybody else does that every time. So this is nothing new or miraculous, but to me, this is going to be a big thing. And so I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be great. But what I was going to go back to, so hosting this webinar, one of the things that doing a YouTube channel has really done for me is boost my camera confidence. I think that's something that is like semi underrated about doing a channel like this, is that you get really comfortable just talking, just relaxing, having a good time on camera. Like, it's not hard once you get used to it, but it takes a while to get used to it. And so I think it's a really nice, like, it's been a really nice almost resume builder, right? Like, I can very comfortably interview people or ask questions with people or just talk to people on camera, and it doesn't bother me at all. But not everybody has that, or hasn't gone through the, like, I've been doing this for 10 plus years. And so not with this channel, but in general. And so I'm very confident just sitting here talking. It's good. I'm all good with it. In fact, I would argue there are occasions where having more people on camera maybe makes me less confident. And that's due to my own insecurity of like comparing myself to others, whatever. But it tends to be less comfortable for me when I'm talking to somebody who I really admire or respect, because they know more about whatever we're talking about than I do. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on the interview or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So it's that kind of interaction that gets more nerve-wracking. But if it's just like hanging out with friends and playing games and whatever, dude, bread and butter, let's go. And again, interviewing, it's not that big a deal. Like, it's fun. It's really fun. And it's just a golden opportunity. I mean, think about just being able to talk to really interesting people and then being able to share that. That would be really fun. I did podcasting for a while with Magic the Gathering. And of course, it's Magic the Gathering. It was a friend of mine most of the time. We might have had a guest on once or twice, but like, it was just fun. And then I did, for a short time, a few of my friends, Zach being one of them, we did a podcast called Alternative Measures, which might even still be on YouTube. I don't even know. We only did like 2 or 3 episodes, but it was a music podcast called Alternative Measures, which I thought was kind of fun. I did not come up with the name. Very good name, in my opinion. And we had a blast with that. I think it was at least 3 of us every time. I think there were 4 of us. If I'm not mistaken, there were 4 of us. And, oh. If you beat me, you won't interrupt Marlon. Okay, well, now I'm just curious. But that was a really fun one. The first episode we did was judging the art, not the artist, which I thought was a really interesting topic of conversation. And the reason I say that, like, if you think of a really big musical artist. Again, we were in the musical world talking about it. So if you thought, I think the prime example we used was Michael Jackson as an example. Like, whether you believe the accusations that happened, everything that happened with Michael Jackson or not, you can, whether or not you believe all that, totally irrelevant. But obviously you can agree, I think most people can agree, that he was just a out there kind of guy, and like, generally speaking, lived a different way of life than most other people do because he had the ability to. And by that, I just mean he's like a very famous guy, or was a very famous guy, and therefore had the money to fund whatever he wanted to do. He had a beautiful home, like all that stuff. So you can agree that he was kind of an eccentric guy, if nothing else. And I think if you did believe a lot of the accusations, or you felt like he was maybe not the greatest guy in the world, that's one thing. But what does that do to his music is the question. So does that make you not like his music because he made some iffy choices maybe? Or is his music still good, you just don't particularly like him as an individual? And I think it's really an interesting question because it's not as clear cut as you might think. I think a lot of people gut reaction is like, oh, I don't like the guy, I don't like their music, or I don't like this person, so I don't like their music. I don't necessarily think that's as clean cut. I think most people would agree. Again, I'm assuming a lot, but I think the charts for music and everything else had spoken at that point that most people agreed Michael Jackson was a wonderful musical artist. Maybe not the best guy in the world, you don't know, but definitely a very talented individual at the very least. And I think wrote some of the greatest music, pop music ever. I think it's amazing. And so I think it's really interesting judging the art, not the artist, because I kind of think you should judge the art and the artist separately. However, where it gets tricky is where like money gets involved. So by listening to him on Spotify, are you theoretically funding him and therefore in some ways agreeing with what he's doing, or at least, maybe not agreeing, but like at least supporting him as an individual, and that's separate of the music. It's like, those are the kinds of things that are really tricky, kind of philosophical questions when it comes to music. And really that's art in general. I think that's everything. Like, I think that's just a really interesting question to ask ourselves. It's not as clean cut, I think, as most people would assume. Excuse me. Do 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 do. Let's see. All right. I mean, we just force palm this. I'm not even going to worry about faking out. It was a big, deep life chat kind of episode. I'd love to get through Thunderclap Mountain, by the way, today. That'd be pretty sick. Feels like a big, important part of the story as well, so. Excuse me. I ran out of coffee, and now my throat's dry. Nice. Easy peasy. Party is just ripping through these grunts, dude. It's not even a problem. Yeah. Hi. Oh, shoot. Is this the one? This might be the big battle. Weavile. Okay. So I think you probably have inner focus, but I think we still fake out. Just see how much it does. You're pretty frail, so okay, cool. I don't actually know. Does inner focus prevent flinching? What? There is an ability that prevents it. I think it's inner focus. Excuse me. I also have some fun little house chores I need to do because of our stupid dog. I love our dog very much, but he is so dumb. We put in a screened-in porch, my dad and I, last year, or no, in the spring. Was it the spring? Yeah, it must have been. And we love it. Obviously, we use it all the time. I don't want to get rid of Dig, but Dig is really annoying. I'm going to get rid of Dig. This is a mistake, but it's fine. Once we get another like good ground type move, I'll just swap it out for something else because that's really good. But I like having a rock type move as well. Yeah, I think I'll stay. So we put on the screened-in porch, and we obviously have a screen door to go on top, go in and out. Anyway, my dog, the new dog, is 10 pounds, something like that. Really tiny little thing. Adorable, very sweet, very cuddly. But he ran through the screen door twice. This is the second time. I already rescreened it once. He did it again. So I got a different screen this time. Nice. Got the barrier key. Let's go. So do I? Yeah, dude, let's go. Okay, cool. I'm curious what's over here. Oh, just an item. So, yeah, I now have to rescreen that door, but this time I'm gonna be smart and I'm putting plexiglass. I'm screwing plexiglass to the inside of the door so he can't run through it again. It's so stupid. I hate having to do stuff like this, but he also, like, we locked him in our bathroom when we would leave. Obviously with like food and water and everything, he wasn't just like in there doing nothing. But oh, cool. We just like randomly went to the right spot. That's nice. But he literally was like tearing up our door. He was chewing through the bottom of the door. And so we were like, well, we can't do this anymore. And so we now don't do that. But I was gonna have to put plexiglass on that door just so he couldn't tear it up. And it's like, dude, just stop tearing everything up. It's so annoying. I mean, this feels like the end of Thunderclap Mountain. This is perfect. Descend to me, Zapdos. Shake the sky and let thunder roar. Come forth from the stormy clouds in which you dwell. Look at this. And now. Whoa. It knocked out that Shadow Warrior in a single blow. So much for its electrical resistance. All remaining Shadow Warriors restrain Zapdos. I don't know these voices, dude, but I'm into it. Oh, shoot. Crocodile. Stone Edge. Dial. Very nice. That's just a straight up Pokeball, dude. Good luck. I've been there. I have been there. You cannot. I even destroyed the stairs behind me, and yet you're here. How did you manage to pull it off? It would take a monumental amount of stubbornness to not realize it was supposed to be impossible. But no matter how it happened, no matter what... None of it changes the fact that I have Zapdos in my possession. With its power in my hands, there's no chance you'll be able to stop me from leaving. And if you think there is, then I will show you firsthand the power of Zapdos. Oh, shoot. Are we about to fight a Zapdos? Let's go. I'm in. Did we fight Moltres? I guess we probably did. I don't know. Let's go. Oh, we did use a Master Ball. All right. This is a terrible matchup for our Pokemon right here, but it's fine. I'm gonna fake out first. It does have pressure, not static. That's helpful. I don't even know if it gets static, but it's helpful to know that it does not. Very good. So I'm actually gonna go Marum. We're part ground type, so the electric moves aren't gonna do anything, and then we can Rock Slide. So this is perfect. And that does nothing. Rock Slide coming in clutch, dude. Let's go. Literally like the perfect move to learn right now. So I actually think here we go Metal Claw on the chance that we might get an attack buff. They could go for a potion, but I haven't seen any of the Team Shadow people go for a potion, so I think that's fine. And we did get the attack buff. Sick. That sets us up a little better for the rest of the battle here, so I'll take it. Nathan, level 42. Is that the level he evolves? He's our last evolution, so I'm kind of curious. Crocodile. I guess we should swap, huh? We can go into Nathan here, I think, pretty safely. We did learn Surf, which is pretty sick, actually. Intimidate, that's fine. That would have reset our attack anyway, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna surf. Oh, withdrawing! Oh no. A cack turn. Okay, I kind of wish I had gone for, whoa, okay. I really wish now that I had gone for Aurora Beam, but that's fine. We know that, so that's good. I'm gonna hard swap. I feel like I don't want to lose Nathan to anything because if it is level 42 that he evolves, I kind of want to see. I think if he faints, you don't get to see the evolution. I might be wrong. We'll find out together. It's fine. All right. That's fine. Love that. We'll see how much this does. Ugh, not enough. Not even close to enough. So that is super effective, but that feels not strong enough. I'm trying to think what it could have. It could have Rock Slide. I guess in that case, I don't want to swap anyway, so I'm just going to Leech Life here. God, that does nothing. It's going to Swagger. Okay. Well, now I will swap. I'm kind of glad I went for the Leech Life in hindsight, because now we're up a little bit, so like a low roll doesn't stress me out quite as much. I think I still go Nathan. A little worried about the crackback on this one. Foul play. That does a chunk. So we do know we need to go for Aurora Beam. Oh, it stayed in. Man, interesting. Okay. Defense is down. Nice. Did it. All right, sick. Crocodile out. That's good. That's a big one. Crocodile's scary. Lemon level 41. Dude, yes. Let's go. This is a cool battle. And I will say, like, this is on the tougher end as far as battles have gone so far. So I like that. All right. I mean, I think the aerial ace here is pretty clear. I think we just go for that. Withdraw again. What do you have now? Dusclops. Oh, man. All right. I think I just go for Bite Flinch. And like, if we lose, if Matt goes down here, I don't think it's the end of the world. But it'll give us a clean switch in. And like, it's not doing a ton. I really expected like a Willow or something like that. We did get a flinch. I'll take it. Crit would be great just to guarantee the KO, but we got it anyway. I'll take that. Matt doing the most. I love it. I'm so glad we have a Crobat on the squad, honestly. I love Crobat. I think we just stay and we just aerial ace. I like the switching. Like, I feel like this is a progressively more difficult battle than we've seen so far. And at least to my knowledge, we're probably in the mid game at this point. So, I mean, we're definitely in the mid game. I don't know how mid we are. That's a funny way of saying that, but I think we're doing all right there. I'm just gonna go party because I think I can just freely fake out here and it probably takes it out. Yeah, it's easy enough. Marlin is down. Let's go. Do you evolve? No. So it's over for me. Zapdos destroyed all of my Shadow Warriors and the grunts I brought for the mission have all been defeated. I concede. I can't stop you from taking Zapdos from me by force. I'll release Zapdos back into the wild. I'll give you my word that I won't go after it again. Wait, really? Okay. Yeah. I mean, we fly back. I love having fly now. That's so sick. All right, so what I'm gonna do, well, we're gonna do this first. Zapdos, is it? Really? That's amazing news. I thought for sure Marlin would escape with Zapdos even if you defeated him. When you say he just let it go? Guess even he knew when to fold. Well, if Zapdos is safe, we can take a well-earned breather for the time being. Oh yeah, you're taking on the gym challenge, right? In that case, you should probably check out Ptarmigan Mansion. Ptarmigan. I don't know. It's an exactly It's not exactly an official gym, but think of it as like a gym 4.5. We're gonna do it. Oh, are we about to get Mega Evolution? Okay, I'm kind of stoked about this. Head north towards Route 12. I'll meet you. Dude. Mega Evolution. Let's go. That's sick. Okay, well, that gives me something really great to look forward to in the next episode. This is awesome. We took down Team Shadow in Thunderclap Mountain. I'm kind of curious. The release of Zapdos felt like an odd story decision, so I'm kind of curious how that pans out. But we are going to heal up right here and call it a day. Guys, thank you so much. Again, I just appreciate everybody watching, hanging out with me, especially during all these little rambles and things like that. But it really does mean the world to me. I'm going to go ahead and save again. But we are going to continue this series, as I said, and I couldn't be more excited about it. This has been one of the best ROM hacks I think I've played in a long time, so I'm loving it. I definitely encourage you, stick with it, have some fun with me, and hopefully you guys are enjoying Legends EA as much as I am. But I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one.